Man, if there's a thing I love, it's elevators and action games. I wish there was a game specifically made for me. Hello, welcome to my channel, I'm glad to see you. I wanted to talk about this game on the last video I did about arcade hidden gems, but I figured I'd give it its own video, since I wanted to showcase a few games, not only the original. So here we are. Have you ever heard of Elevator Action? It's a simple but niche arcade game. The premise is simple, you have to navigate a building through a series of elevators in search of secret documents. These documents can be found on these red doors. Once you fall down the documents, go to the end of the building and repeat. Like I said, very simple concept, but brilliant execution. The first time I played this game was on the NES, and to be honest, it's my preferred way of playing it. Since it's a port of an old arcade game, the NES rendition is arcade perfect, with improvements in my opinion, like for example how the bullets fly faster, which doesn't sound like much, but it is. This makes the game more exciting since you have to think faster. Not that I dislike the arcade version, far from it, but it's not the version I grew up with, although it is the version I play the most these days, ever since I bought this Taito Super Pocket. I do have an Evercade collection. Hello, but this portable is essentially my elevator action machine.
What is my purpose?
You play elevator action.
Oh my god.
But as much as I love the original game, there's not much to say about it. What you see is what you get. It's a very simple premise, which to be fair, it's usually the winning formula with old school arcades. But gladly, the series does have a few follow-up games. Man, I wish Elevator Action would return. Elevator Action returns, the action-packed sequel to the arcade original. And look at it, it's 9 as hell. We got 3 protagonists full of attitude. The game is action-packed. It got the soul of the original, but with a lot more flair. And if the slower pace of the original is not to your liking, I think this one will be. You can run, shoot diagonally, throw bombs, change weapons. It's a very clear evolution of the formula. And despite losing some puzzle-like elements of the first game, it gains a lot more. But you know what's awesome? If you think the original is too slow, but the sequel is too action-packed, I have the game just for you. Elevator Action EX is the perfect in-between of the two games, and my personal favorite. As you can see, it's a bit more inspired on the original when it comes to the gameplay, but it has a few spins that evolves the formula in my opinion. For example, now you can jump down one floor without straight up dying. It sounds like nothing, but it's a game changer, trust me. Now you don't need to slowly wait for the elevator every single time you want to go down a level. Simply jump on the top of the elevator down below and hop off, or just jump down if there's a floor to land. This simple addition will be enough for me since I love the original game, but they went above and beyond. For starters, you can choose different characters, each with his own stats. You only see me playing the secret character though, he's faster and cooler. You can unlock him by using a cheat code the game gives you when you beat it. Here's the cheat code, no need to thank me. You can pick up new weapons when you enter the interrogation mark doors. There's the shotgun, which hits every single enemy on the floor, but only have 2 shots and it's slow to reload. There's a machine gun, which is amazing. You can shoot a bunch of bullets, which automatically makes it better than the starting pistol. And lastly, you have the grenade, which is very slow to reload, but hits enemies in an area. It's terrible. I tell you to avoid it, but since you can't choose which weapon you get on the doors, all I can do is wish you luck. The game also features a much bigger variety of scenarios. They aren't just color swaps like in the original. And there's a simple story to follow as well, which isn't much, but it's welcome nonetheless. Mix all that with very tight controls and you get what is in my opinion the best game of the series. So you have 3 options here. The original, which is slower and more methodical, the sequel, which is fast-paced and action-packed, and the Game Boy Color, which is a perfect mix between the two, balanced, as all things should be. And that's what I would say if it was the truth. You see, in my head these were the only 3 games in the series, but the awesome things about doing these videos for you guys is that when I start to do some research for the video, I'd end up finding out a lot more about the games than I realized. Man, I wish there were more elevator action games that I never heard about before. Oh my god. Like for example, did you know that Elevator Action EX is actually an enhanced version of a Game Boy game simply titled Elevator Action? or that there was actually a digital-only game released for the PS3 and 360 called Elevator Action Deluxe, I had no freaking clue. I got totally blindsided by that. I managed to play the demo and it was awesome, but for the moment I have no way of putting in credits in my PSN account to buy it. It's so frustrating. There's also some light gun shooters for the arcade with the same name, but it's so different for the source material that I wasn't too interested in trying them out. And one that really caught me by surprise is that there's another game which is basically a remake of the original. It's called Elevator Action Old and New. It was released for the GBA, but it was never brought overseas. It's actually very well made and it's super fun. You can't jump down a level like the GBC game, but it has most of the other enhancements of that game, plus a neat grenade button which will clear an entire floor sometimes. It made me so happy to find out about this game. It was like finding a long lost treasure in a chest, left there by your grandpa or something. Weird analogy, but I think you get what I'm saying. So yeah, there's plenty more games in the series than I realized, and it made me so happy that I simply had to share with you all. And although I recommend you try them all, if I had to stick to just one game for now, it would probably be either Elevator Action EX or Old and New. I haven't played Old and New enough to say for sure if it's the best one in the series, but I've played EX plenty and it's a good old time. It's a classic that everyone should give it a go. And of course, if you like more action-packed games, you can't go wrong with Returns, especially now since it was re-released for all the consoles, including Switch and Steam. It's quite cheap as well, so it's a great entry point if you just want to have a good time. But that's pretty much it for this video, a short one this time, but I just wanted to put it out there to spread the word about this cool series. It makes me glad that Taito didn't abandon it, and I hope they bring it back someday. Hope that could actually come true considering how they aren't shy of bringing it back every now and then, like for example with the Super Pocket or the Elevator Action Returns re-release. I hope you give this game a chance, and if you do, let me know what you think of it. Do you know this series? Have you played it before? Which game is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. I love to interact with you guys. And like always, if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and consider subscribing because I intend to doing many more videos like this one in the future. But that's it for now. Bye bye.